Hey there, adventurers, and welcome back to War Games News Radio for another installment of Skyrim Sundays, where I am playing the Elder Scrolls Call to Arms game system by Modiphius Entertainment. Now, this is our third episode of Skyrim Sundays, and if you haven't checked out the previous two episodes, The Escape from Helgen and The Standing Stones, definitely recommend you check those out. Doing a bit of a modified campaign where I'm continuing the story of our Dragonborn from episode to episode to episode, and we've got some pretty cool gear now after our last two episodes. Loaded up with a sword and a shield, we're going to be defending the town of Riverwood alongside Ralof and a Stormcloak soldier from a group of marauding bandits. Now, some of you who follow Call to Arms might be thinking, hey Ryan, I don't think that there is a bandit faction for Call to Arms currently released by Modiphius. And you would be correct in saying so. There is going to be a bandit faction coming for this game sooner than later, I believe here in 2022, if I have everything up to snuff. But I've decided to forego waiting on that and taken a bunch of different units from a handful of different factions and put them all together into one proxied bandit force. So it's going to be a little bit of Imperials, a little bit of Draugr, all mixed together to give a bit of a narrative feel to this battle. There's also going to be a bit of a mishmash of minis that I'm using here. There's going to be Call to Arms minis, some Fallout Wasteland Warfare minis, as well as some Dungeons and Dragons minis that I've all proxied in for these bandits. But if you want to get your hands on any of the models, units, or terrain that I've used in this video, then check out the Amazon affiliate links in the description down below. Anything you pick up from there helps support the channel and lets me make more videos more often for you to enjoy. As always, I need a little bit of help from you folks at home to help me decide what our Dragonborn does in our next video. And normally we've had you folks voting on what scenario you'd like me to play next, but this time around things are going to be a little bit different, and you folks are going to help me choose a new campaign to start. There are two 3-part campaigns for you folks to choose from. Either the Blood on the Snow campaign, where the Dragonborn will join up with the Stormcloaks and help free Skyrim from those dastardly Imperials, or the Bleak Falls Barrow Delve campaign, where we'll go hunting for treasure and the Golden Claw deep in the bellows of Skyrim. The choice is yours. So after this video, leave a comment down below, hit that like button, and let me know which adventure you'd like us to start on next. The bandits have sprung their trap on Riverwood, and it's up to the Dragonborn, Ralof, and a Stormcloak soldier named Kobold to defend the village at all costs in this Hold the Gates scenario. So without any further ado, let's get into the action on Skyrim Sundays, Episode 3, Hold the Gates. Here we go, Episode 3, Hold the Gates. Here is our Stormcloak crew. We've got the Dragonborn, Ralof, and our plucky Stormcloak soldier here named Kobold, who are going to try to defend the town of Riverwood here, or at least this part of it, from an onslaught of attacking bandits. We've got two gates here, represented by those objective markers on either side, and from this far edge here, we're going to have a whole bunch of baddies spawning in. If at any point one of the baddies gets in contact with our deployment edge down here, then that is game. For our side of things, we're going to try to get 14 victory points to get ourselves a win. We get victory points in this scenario where each adversary removed from play gets us 1 VP, and I've gone ahead for this scenario and taken a couple of the oaths as well. I'm going to take the Let Them Come oath, so I will not close the gate during the game, which will give me 2 victory points. And I'm also going to take Through the Gate. I will remove an enemy before they have moved through the gate for an additional victory point. I can complete any one of these oaths once throughout the game. Anyone I don't complete will actually be a loss of VP for my total. The walls on either side here are treated as height 5 for the sake of this scenario, so they will be impassable and block line of sight, as well as act as pretty good cover for anyone hiding behind them. For our Dragonborn, we've got all of the equipment that we've picked up in the last couple of scenarios. I'm going in equipped with an iron sword, a wooden shield, and my hide armor. Coming along for the ride, I've got, of course, Ralof here and a Stormcloak soldier by the name of Kobold, and that soldier there is named after Kobold Jesus, Kobold Jesus, one of our chosen one patrons on Patreon. So if you want to get yourself into a battle report as a named character, just like Kobold here, then why don't you head over and check out our Patreon. And here are the baddie bandits. I'm using a bunch of different unit cards, as well as a sort of blending of factions and some minis from different game ranges to represent this group of marauding soldiers who are attacking our lovely little settlement here. For our bandit leader, I'm using the Hadvar card. He's got a bit of a spell sword, a slinging mage with him as well, using the Imperial Mage card to represent that one. Then we've got our 3 grunts here, our, hired mercs. I'm using the Imperial Soldier card to proxy in for them. And then we've got our long-range archers here. We've got a crossbowman as well as a standard longbowman, and using the Skeleton Archer card to represent them. Terrain for this scenario is mostly from battle systems, including the tower and these stakes and fences that you see here, but I've got some scratch-built pieces that I've done myself, as well as some MDF kits that I found at my local hobby store. If you like any of the battle system stuff that you see here, you can check out some of the links down below for some of that terrain. It's really fun and modular stuff, not a paid promotion, but if you do pick up anything from those links, it does help the channel out from a little bit of a kickback. So check out battle systems if you want to get some pretty easy and quick setup terrain. This whole table probably took me all of 15 minutes to set up, which is a lot quicker compared to some of my Wasteland Warfare games and battle reports. It's good quality stuff that's easy to set up. Highly recommend it if you're looking to get some terrain on a budget. I'm using the Imperial Legion card to represent the AI matrix for my bandit force, and yeah, I just kind of reimagined this scenario and this army to be a bandit squad attacking the town of Riverwood shortly after the escape from Helgen. So we've got our 3 plucky Stormcloaks here who thought they were going to get a day off, and well, there's never a dull moment in Skyrim, as our Marauders will get attacking the table here in this Delve mode scenario. Hold the gates. Let's get into the action. Okay, so this is going to be taking place in a settlement, so we're going to roll for our special rules table here. Taking a peek, if we get a critical, it's going to be darkness, 2 to 10, no special rules, and on an X, we add civilians to the field. So let's see what we get. There's going to be no special rules for this scenario. All right, so we're going to spawn half of our adversary pool here rounded down at our far side edge, so we need to randomize who we're going to draw. So let's go 1, 2, 3 of these folks and flip over who we've got. Number 2, number 3, and number 7. Okay, so that's gonna be an interesting mix. That's going to be our spell sword, one of our mercenaries here, as well as one of the archers spawning down there to kick off round 1. All right, so we've got Mr. Mage, Machete Man, and the Crossbow Kid off down there in the corner. Dragonborn's gonna be first up to go with a stamina move up the field here. This battle systems terrain also comes in handy to use as movement rulers. This fence piece is exactly 6 inches, so we're gonna go with a regular move there, and then a boosted move, I guess would be 1, 2, 3 inches up to there. So we're gonna then use our second action to block because we have that fancy new shield. And we got our block token up there. Now let's go activate which one of our adversaries is going to go first. Well, we just flipped there, so I guess it's going to be number 7, which is our crossbow guy at the back. No, crossbow guy is going to... he's going to move. Okay, there we're going to go and hide him there. And then it's back to our turn. I'm going to go ahead and get Rayloff moving here. He's also going to do a stamina move up the field to about there. Takes a little bit of cover behind those carts. Next up, we've got... oh, that's going to be the Spell Sword Mage. They are going to go... they are sorcery, and they are going to fall back. So in this case, a fall back in this scenario requires a move forward. So I guess they're going to just go to about there, and he's also going to take a hide for now. Squad's being pretty sneaky so far at the back of the field, but it's going to be our last turn to go here, and I'm just going to go and send Kobold here to go backing up the Dragonborn, moving 6. I will just say that he's able to get basically right next to the Dragonborn and get ready for next time around. Well, that's it for round 1. The adversaries only get 2 activations, and 2 of them have already gone for the Septum limit, so let's go ahead and draw our event deck. We got Ancient Riddles. Place a puzzle objective token on the gaming area no closer than 8 inches to any player-controlled model. If possible, place it as far away as possible otherwise. Okay, we've got our puzzle token in place, so that can come in handy for some extra victory points and end this game a little bit quicker if these guys start charging in through the gates. But that's going to do it for round 1. We've got our crew moving up through the center of the little stalls in town here. And we've got these 2 moving, and we're going to have some more adversaries spawning in just a second. So let's get into round 2. Start round 2, and we need to draw one adversary for our event quest here. So we got number 5. Number 5 is another one of our bandits here, so let's get them spawned. Bandit the second out of the back there, but it's going to be our turn to go first, so I'm going to go ahead and get the Dragonborn to move a stamina move, I guess, up to about there. And then we're going to do an intelligence test and try to complete this puzzle. Well, Dragonborn ain't the brightest with an intelligence of 3, so let's give it a go. Ah, crud. No such luck on that one. Well, I actually ended my activation within 6 inches of both of these two, so they're both going to react. So let's go with the crossbow kid here first. Okay, so they are going to objective, so I guess that's going to be make a move, and then he's going to take a shot at his crossbow into the Dragonborn. Bandit Archer hitting on 3s. Oh, that's a 5 and a miss. For the Mage, we get... Ooh, fall backwards in this case is going to be a move. We'll say Mr. Mage makes a play in for this side here. Well, Ralof's gonna take a play here going up the board because I'm definitely gonna try to put him in that tower. So I'm gonna take a play to about there with a regular move and then take a shot into Mr. Crossbow. Ralof hitting on 4s. Oh yeah, that's gonna do it and then some. We've got an extra black die for the crit. Oh yeah, his armor rating is only 1 yellow. No way he can survive that. And just like that, Ralof's shot rings true. And the crossbow kid is down, but the mage is still posing a bit of a threat back there. Maybe I should have gone for him after all. Okay, let's see for our first of 2 activations on our enemy side who's going to go. The eye patch guy here, but he's going to be definitely within charging range of our Dragonborn, and he's going to do just that. He's going to charge in, and then he's going to attack. Bandit Marauder hitting on 3s. That's a swing and a miss. Well, that's going to leave it up to Kobold, who's going to go ahead, and make a charged move into Mr. Mage, and then take a swing with his greatsword. Kobold, the Stormcloak Soldier, hitting on 4s. Ah, no dice. Mr. Machete at the back here is going to go ahead and defend. No, that doesn't make a lot of sense. He's going to charge. Yeah, he's going to try to go for the gusto. With the Dragonborn tied up on this side, we're just going to send this dude, being a little advantageous, down the board to, I guess if he's charging, he would be able to get to about there with his first move. With the second action, he's just going to go ahead and block, and that's actually going to bring us to the end of round 2. So let's draw a new event card, which this time around we got Shadow Marks. Choose one piece of scenery no closer than 8 inches to one of your models. If possible, place it as far away as possible. Otherwise, place a treasure token at random within that scenery piece or in contact with it. Well, 8 inches away, huh? I think the furthest piece away from one of my friendly models, well, that's just over 7. That's just over that too. There we go. We'll put a treasure token and a treasure marker right about there. So yeah, I might have a chance to get to that if I have to do any falling back, but looks like there's more pressing matters here at the Watchtower as we've got a whole bunch of action going on. So we've got 1 victory point going into round 3. Let's see if we can, as the scenario says, hold the gates. From our last event, we actually have to draw 2, folks, so I'm really hoping Hadvar doesn't show up, but we've got 1 and 2. Oh, no, that is another archer and Hadvar himself. Well, there we go. We've got our bandit leader as well as another archer in play here. So, yep, looks like we got some killing to do if we want to stay alive in this scenario. I'm going to try and do what any good ranger with a bow would do and get myself some overwatch into the tower here. I think I can easily move up that ladder there, but I'm going to say to do it quickly, he's going to have to do a stamina boosted move. So we'll say we move our 9 inches up into the tower there with Ralof, and then let's take a shot. Yeah, let's take a shot into the enemy archer at the far side. Ralof hitting on 4s. Ooh, yeah, that's gonna do it, and that's piercing 2 damage, I think, but I've only done 1. His armor rating is yellow. Stops 2, but it's piercing 1. Yeah, no, he's done. had to look that one up in the book, but I'm pretty sure because of the piercing 2, it negates both of the successes on that yellow armor die roll. So at least one of that damage, well, that's the only damage we did, is going to go through a Raloff coming in clutch, taking that guy out of play. And by doing so, before he's able to get inside the gates, where he would normally be worth 1 victory point, he's actually worth 2. So that's going to bring our current total to 3 so far, thanks to that little watchtower action up there, which ain't too shabby, but I think that's going to trigger a bunch of reactions from pretty much everybody in this section here. So let's start playing those out. So Mr. Marauder is going to roll a defend. So I guess he's just going to try to fight it out with Mr. Dragonborn. All right, so we've got our Bandit Marauder here hitting on 3s. That's a hit. Ooh, it's a hit, and let's see what kind of special effects that does. Hits for piercing 1. Okay, so let's roll our armor rating on our Dragonborn here. Stops 2. Okay, not bad. So we're actually going to, one of them will be canceled out, but we rolled enough to stop the deflection damage on that one. Not too shabby. Second Marauder over here, they're going to go ahead and go for the attack, which I guess is going to be on our Stormcloak soldier here. Okay, Marauder attacking Kobold, our Stormcloak soldier. Extra green die for outnumbering. Oh yeah, that's a hit for 2 damage. His armor rating is yellow. Stops 1, takes 1. Well, Kobold took a little bit of damage on that one. Now let's see what the Imperial Mage, aka our Spellsword, is going to do. They're going to fall back, so in this case, move. Well, as unfortunate as that is for us, sure enough, we can't make an attack of opportunity there. So I'm going to say that he's just going to make a break for it and try to make a boosted move down the play here. And yeah, that's not looking so good for us, actually. He's only about 2 turns away from getting to the board edge, so we may have made a slight miscalculation here, but we're going to put this guy down toot sweet. And with everybody having already activated, the only person left to go is our bandit leader Hadvar down there at the end. So let's go ahead and see what they're going to do. And yeah, sure enough, they're going to go for attack, so I guess they're just going to move in to the Dragonborn there. Okay, our bandit leader Hadvar is now in contact with our Dragonborn there for their first action, and they are now going to attack. Bandit Captain hitting on 4s, extra green die for outnumbering. That's going to hit for 2 damage. Stops 1, takes 1. Well, Dragonborn took a hit, which isn't so great, but it's now back to our turn, and I think, oh man, I'm not sure what I have to do, to be quite honest, in this stage of the game. I think I just need to try to clear myself a bit of a path here. I'm going to use our man here to try and take this guy out of play. Kobold hitting on 4s with his great sword, extra green die for stamina boost. Hey, that's going to do it and then some. The helmet symbol there is going to add an extra green die, which, okay, doesn't really do much in this case, but we do have that 2 damage going through. And one of it's blocked, but one of it's stopped. That's going to take this guy out of play. And with his second action, I'm going to try to tie up this guy here and do a bit of a fall back, a retreat to move forward, if you will, and get in contact with this spell sword here. So try to stop them from running foul. But with everybody else now gone, that's just going to leave it up to the Dragonborn. And Dragonborn is going to... Interesting. I have an idea. Okay, this either is going to be super cool or is totally going to backfire. I'm going to move and disengage the Dragonborn here to get in contact with the gate switch. And that's going to do a couple of things. Number 1, I'm going to get an attack of opportunity from one of these 2 guys, and I think in this case it's going to have to be Hadvar, unfortunately, for me. But with my second action, once that's through, I'm going to try to pull the switch here and bring this gate closed, and by doing so, anything that's touching the gate when it does close gets smushed and killed. So I might get a 2-for-1 kill activation here, but first I need to survive an attack by our bandit captain. Okay, so Hadvar is going to be hitting on a, I guess it's going to be a 4 for this attack, which isn't great, but let's see what happens. Oh, that's a big time swing and a miss. Even with these special abilities here, I don't think that triggers anything. Nope, absolutely not. No extra bonus die for this attack. That's just a big old whiff, swing and a miss. But now it's going to be up to me to try to close this gate, which I can do on a successful strength test. So luckily for the Dragonborn, that's what I'm pretty freaking good at is strength. So let's see here. If we get a 5 or less, this gate comes down, and yeah, we've got 2 pretty dead dudes. You've got to be kidding me. Well, that could have gone a heck of a lot better, Mr. Dragonborn, but hey, we get to mulligan that at the start of the next round because we are going to go first. So going into round 4, things aren't looking so great with this guy way here at the back of the field, but we have to draw an event card, and going into round 4, we got Divine Inspiration. Choose one of your models. That model may re-roll any number of dice from its next skill or attribute test. Well, I think we're going to go ahead and put that directly onto our Dragonborn for next time around. So we're also going to spawn 2 additional creepy crawlies. So let's see who we got. We're going to get another archer, as well as, 2 archers are going to come into the field at the back for the start of the next round. So let's get into the action, see if we can hold off a little bit longer. Okay, round 4, no more screwing around. Let's go ahead and close this gate and squish these 2 assholes. So let's go ahead and make this skill test one more time. Strength on a 5. Yes, that is so much better. So we're gonna go ahead and with that potion bottle revive 1 of our health. And this gate is now going to come crashing down, and these 2 jerks are squished for 2 victory points. Now, that's interestingly enough not going to let me do my, not close the gate oath, and it was a pretty awesome scene too, I think, to play out. But yeah, the Dragonborn's got some other problems down here, so I think I'm going to have to try to, I don't really want to abandon the gate situation, but I think I kind of have to just make a stamina boosted charge move into this guy and see if we can't put him down next time around. Now, being an elite unit, by defeating Hadvar, I get to do a treasure draw. So let's go ahead and just split the deck here and see what we get. There's a whole whack of treasure cards, and we got a ring of fortify armor attachment. My armor rating now goes up by 1 yellow die. Well, that's pretty awesome. This actually is an attachment, so it doesn't take up an additional slot. I just get to add it onto my armor. So now my armor rating is an extra yellow die. So for a scenario where we didn't even have any treasure chests in play, I probably got the coolest item I've had so far to date. Pretty awesome. That feels like a pretty Skyrim moment to me. Didn't have to use my Divine Inspiration, so unfortunately it's just going to get added to the discard pile there. But I was ending my activation within 6 because I'm in point blank with that guy there. So let's see what the reaction is. It's going to be sorcery attack, and it's going to be the nearest engaged or wizard. Well, we don't have a wizard, but we do have a Dragonborn, so I'm going to say that's who gets the attack. Actually, scratch that. I think it makes more sense that he would attack the wounded kobold there, unfortunately for kobold. So that's going to be a melee attack with our Imperial Mage, which in this case is a green die and a yellow die. So let's go ahead and make that attack. And they are going to be hitting on a, what do they hit on? A 3. That's just a miss. Oh, actually, scratch that. This Dragonborn helmet adds a red die, so there's a chance here. No, it's not gonna, you can't add onto it. Can't triple stamp a double stamp. So there we go. It's just a swing and a miss in our reaction for our doodad there. Well, removing the mage from the pile because they've already gone. We've got our 2 remaining archers here, so it's going to be the first one to go is numero 7, which is the crossbow kid, who's back in action there at the far end. So they're going to go ahead and attack. Interesting. Well, the only person he can take a shot at up there at the top, and at an 8-inch range with which he is, he's going to be hitting with 2 green and a yellow. He is hitting on Skeleton Archer, hitting on a 3. So here we go. Skeleton Archer, aka Crossbow Kid, hitting on 3s. I think that's a cocked die, but I mean, it was either a 4 or a 2. We'll call it a 2, because even if it was the 4, it would have come down enough. So that's going to be 1 damage. Oh, and with the helmet there, it actually adds another green die. So yeah, no matter what, I think we would have been fine, whatever this die would have come in on. But that's going to be 1 damage on Raylof's 1 yellow armor rating, which he blocks. Crossbow guy finished off his move over there, and it's only Ralof is our last one to go. So I think I'm going to just see if I can't take this guy out of the running here with a longbow shot. Ralof within 10, so hitting with a red and a green. I'm gonna take an extra green stamina boost because I can, and I really want this to hit. So hitting on a 4. That's a hit for 1 damage, and in this case, that's going to be piercing 1 damage because of the helmet there. So that's going to be 1 damage piercing right through. I think we're going to be just fine. And that last archer bites the dust. Archer is out of there. Nice work, Raloff. You are really earning your keep up there. But that's going to be the end of this round, I believe. Oh, no, wait, we still have our buddy here left to go. So we're going to go ahead and make an outnumbered stamina boosted attack. Actually, we're going to not stamina boost. We're going to try to armor break boost this bad boy. So black die, green for outnumbering, and then a yellow for an armor boost attack. Let's try to take this guy down on a 4. That's a hit. That's a hit for 2 damage. We're going to add a green for the helmet effect there, which, yep, is just going to be an extra good attack. So that's 2 damage on his yellow armor rating. Stops 1 and takes 1. Oops. As much as it pains me, rolling that helmet there is actually going to add a yellow die to that armor rating. So I really want this to be a blank. No, come on. That sucks. He's going to block all that damage. That stinks. Well, with that lackluster performance, unfortunately there, that's going to bring it to the end of round 4. This guy's going to make a break for it, and our adversaries have advantage going into the next round. So, yeah, not going to be the greatest situation coming up, but let's draw an event card here and see what we got. We have evasive maneuvers. You may choose one of your models, engage with an enemy. That model immediately moves up to 3 inches and may move through other models. The model may not end this move engaged. If there is no eligible model, draw another card. Okay, so I could move one of these guys 3 inches if I wanted to, but I don't really know what the advantage of that would be in this case. I could get closer to the treasure or get closer to them next time around if he decides to make a run for it. But yeah, I'm just going to hang tough, I think, and not use that one. But we are going to spawn an enemy. So let's draw from the pool here and see what we got. Number 5. So that's going to be another one of our marauders here. So we'll get them spawned and then we'll get into round 5. Okay, there we go. We've got our proxy Argonian swords and shieldsman there, who spawned at the back of the field, and it's going to be time to draw an adversary for who gets to go first. So here's our pile. Let's do a quick mixeroo and draw this one, which is number 6. Number 6 is... Who is number 6? Oh, number 6 is the archer, the crossbow guy there at the back. So let's roll and see what he's going to do. He's going to attack, and he's going to attack the nearest engaged or wizard. Okay, well, in this case, the nearest or engaged, I guess he probably can't see Raloff from where he is right now. So engaged, I guess he's going to be shooting into combat here. So I guess he's probably going to try to go and take out Kobold with a ranged shot. Archer, stamina boosted shot, hitting on 3s. What the hell? That is a hit. Okay, so yellow armor rating die, stops nothing, takes him out. That's Kobold out for the count. Dang you, math. Why did I have to do you so well? That's going to be it. He's going to go down. That really sucks. Well, that's the end of that first activation. Now it's up to me. I think I just need to get the Dragonborn to take this dude down if I have any hope of hanging on here. Okay, Dragonborn attacking the mage, hitting on a 5, extra green die for the stamina boost. Come on. Yeah, that does it for 2 damage. 2 damage. Stops 1, takes 1. That's okay, but it's not great. I think I just have to block is the best thing that I can do. I really want to do that extra damage and take him out, but unfortunately, that's not the way it goes. But it is going to go back to our enemy reaction activation, and that's going to be the mage himself, who's going to, well, let's see what he's going to do. The mage is going to, fall back, which in this scenario's case is actually move forward. Well, yep, measuring it out, that is just exactly enough in a charged move to get our guy just in contact here with the edge of the board. But it's also going to bring off an opportunity attack from the Dragonborn, and he only has 1 health left. So if I can score a hit with a strength of 5 on this attack, then of opportunity, then I might have a chance here. This is my only chance. Dragonborn hitting on 5s to save the day. Yes, baby. Let's do a roll here. Armor rating of nada. You get taken down. Persona non grata. Mr. Mage, you get taken out of the game. Whoa, that was about as close as anything's ever going to get. Well, the only one left to go from the enemy side is our Argonian soldier there, and let's see what they're going to do. They got the defend. That doesn't make any sense. They're going to move forward. With a charge move, they get to hang out with their buddy over there at the edge of the fence, and that's just going to bring it off to Ralof here as the last to go. Ralof with the shot into the Argonian swordsman, hitting on 4s. We're going to stamina boost that. Yep. Okay, that is a hit for 1 damage. 1 damage with piercing 1. So let's see what the armor rating holds here. Stops 1, but it's piercing 1. That's going to take him out of play for another victory point. That is round 5, and by the skin of our teeth, we are still in this thing. Ralof holding Sentinel up top here in the watchtower, and we've got the Dragonborn now smartly placed at the back of the field with one of the things drawn, the gates drawn there. Going into round 6 and seeing what we get. Inspirational Bard. Oh, this is a good one. Place an NPC token or spare model on the board no closer than 10 inches to any of your own civilian models. During the game, you may spend 1 VP in contact with it to get +2 attributes. So, yeah, it's a cool and a fun one and thematic. And let's say that someone comes out of this tent and start singing a praise to the Dragonborn, toss a coin to your Witcher type situation, hailing the work of this great battle here. But I don't think I've got victory points to spare. So narratively, we'll say a bard comes out, but for the sake of the battle, I don't think I'm going to be able to take advantage of that one. But we are going to spawn another baddie out of the deal. So let's see who we get here. We've got number 7. Another archer is going to come into play at the start of round 6. Let's get into that action. Okay, we are up first, and I'm going to do what a Dragonborn does and kill me some bandits. I'm going to make a charge move up into this dude here, and then I'm going to attack. Okay, Dragonborn making an attack with the steel sword. I can't take a stamina boost because I stamina boosted to move, hitting on 5s. That is a critical fail, and I really could have used that. Well, that didn't quite work out the way that we wanted it to, but that is going to mean that it's this guy's turn to react here. So the crossbow kid is going to move, interestingly, in this case. So I guess he's going to take the risk on the opportunity attack, and he's going to take a charged move and gets himself all the way up there. But that is going to bring on the opportunity attack from the Dragonborn. So let's see if we can't get a hit and a kill. Hey, archers have a armor rating of yellow. Stops nothing, takes it all, he's gone. Aha, that's what you get for trying to run into town. You get taken out by a Dragonborn. So that's going to bring it to the only lone soldier at the back of the field there, this archer, who's going to... They're going to also move. So I guess they're going to take a move towards the gate and take a shot at the Dragonborn. Archer in the corner there, taking a stamina boosted shot into the Dragonborn, hitting on 3s. That is a critical fail. Wow, and that was a whole lot of weird rolling. Last up is Ralof. I'm going to say he's going to pull a crazy move off the side here and try to take a shot at our baddie in the corner there. He's going to be hitting on 4s with his bow and green and a red die. Let's take an extra green for the charge. He hits big time. That is going to be a piercing 1 damage hit. Yellow armor rating. It's going to go right through because of the piercing armor. With a Legolas-like shot from the watchtower, that archer is gone thanks to Ralof there. But yeah, it is now going to round 7, which is crazy. I don't think I've ever played a game of Call to Arms that's gone 7 rounds in total. So yeah, I think we're doing pretty good. We've got 9 victory points of the 14 that we need. I think I'm going to change the game up a little bit here. Let's go ahead and say that if I can get this gate closed, then I think that's going to have deterred the bandit attack. But let's draw the next event card and see what we get. Maybe this will change how things go a little bit here. Detailed maps until the start of the next activation phase. Your models ignore difficult terrain. Oh, it's a bonus to me. And they roll failed climb or jump tests. That's pretty sweet. And we're going to spawn 1 adversary there. So let's see who we spawn from the pool here as we get another archer. They just keep throwing throwing crossbow folks at us. So going into round 7, we're going to have another one of these archers up here at the back of the board there, but I'm just going to do my best to close the gates. I think this game's just going to drag on if we just keep going. We're in 7 rounds. I don't want to go 10 rounds spawning one dude at a time, slowly killing guys. So we're just going to go ahead and go for the gusto here and close this gate and call it a game. But let's get our last dude spawned at the back here, and then we'll get into round 7. Well, only one bad guy to go, and I think he's just going to try to stop our Dragonborn from closing this gate. So he's just going to take a move once, and he's going to take a shot here and see if he can't put him down. Bandit Archer with a boosted shot hitting on 3s. That's going to be a hit for 2 damage. Ouch. Okay, so with our 2 yellow armor rating because of our ring, which I keep kind of forgetting about, we stop 3 damage. Well, that's all of our enemy turns, so let's just go ahead and make one move and see if we can't get a strength test of 5 to close this gate and call this one a day. Here we go, hitting on 5s. That'll do it. The gate swings closed, bringing an end to this long but awesome scenario in which we gained a cool amount of treasure and also got to kill a whole lot of bad guys. So there you go. Scenario hold the gates comes to a close. Things got pretty close there with this mage running for the edge of the board. If it wasn't for that kill shot, then that would have been game. But there we go. A super fun one. Railoff was able to really do a stand-up job up top there. Loving this little scenery piece. Lots of fun. Might be able to use it for some Wasteland Warfare stuff too. Maybe a Legion Fort coming soon. Another New Vegas battle report. Having a ton of fun with this series so far, and we've got some awesome new gear through this last couple episodes. The wooden shield and sword combo came in pretty handy this time around. Might have to try that again, but maybe I'll bring this dual wield situation out for a walk in our next scenario. But I'm really stoked on this Ring of Fortify armor. That's going to come in pretty handy as we get into the next batch of scenarios. It's up to you folks to decide where we go from here as far as campaigns, and from that point on you get to vote for a battle MVP, which will help decide future boosts and item cards given to our squad as we go. But unfortunately our man Kobold didn't survive the battle, but maybe they were just wounded and will come back down the line. Make your vote in the comments and we will send our squad off to either take on the Imperials or fight the Draugr down in the dungeons. The choice is yours as we go on to Skyrim Sundays, which will be back in 1 month's time. Well, things got a little bit dicey when that Spell Sword Mage started making a break for the back of the board, but thanks to a lucky opportunity attack from the Dragonborn, we were able to put them down and then cull our way through the rest of these bandits. Fudged the numbers a little bit at the end and decided just closing the gates was going to be enough to get this one done, but we had more than enough firepower with Ralof up in that watchtower and the Dragonborn just hacking his way through bandits that we would have easily got the last few victory points that we needed to get the victory there in a few more rounds, but I didn't really feel like playing a 12-round game of Call to Arms, so decided to call it a little bit early. But we got some more gear out of the deal, surprisingly, with that Ring of Fortification, which is going to come in very handy in our next scenario, which will be chosen by you folks at home, because we are, as mentioned, going to be starting one of 2 new campaigns, either the Blood in the Snow Imperials versus Stormcloaks campaign, or the Bleak Falls Barrow Delve, where we'll go and take on some Draugr in the depths of Skyrim. The choice is yours. Leave a comment down below and let me know which 3-part campaign you want us to start on next. Skyrim Sundays have been a blast so far, and I'm really enjoying this new game system and bringing some new content to the channel. If you want to take a look at some of the other new things that we have on deck coming in 2022, then check out my WGNR 2022 channel update popping up in this area here. And if you like what you're seeing here on the channel, then consider heading on over to our Streamlabs or Patreon pages. On Patreon, you can become a Chosen One level patron, which gains you all kinds of access to exclusive giveaways, polls, and you can even become a named character in a future WGNR battle report or video, not unlike Kobold, the Stormcloak soldier, who was featured in this episode. And while he didn't survive this battle, he might be back in a future episode, and so can you if you check us out on Patreon. So again, thank you so much for supporting this channel and for supporting me as we play through a brand new game system. Fallout Wasteland Warfare might be the bread and butter of this channel, but I'm really enjoying trying some new things and bringing some new content for you folks to enjoy. So thank you again for watching this video. We'll be back with another Skyrim Sunday, the first Sunday in March, but until then, stay tuned because WGNR will be back.